Wednesday, and you have come to a prophetic encounter. I am grateful to share the word of the Lord this day. And if you don't know, we are declaring that 2026 is the year that we step beyond, okay? It is the year that we experience limitless power. I need y'all to take some good notes today. Don't be on your phone goofing off. Take some good notes because you're going to have to go back. You're going to have to go back and you're going to have to review this. I know people tell me, I go back later and look at it. Take some notes. I'm trying to tell you there's some things that the Lord deposit as you're writing. Sometimes revelation comes beyond what we just give up here. He gives you something different. How many people does that happen to? You can hear the preaching, you get extra, right? It says this is the time for us to experience limitless power of our God, not our own power, right? Of our God. And if you don't know, this is the power that will propel us. And it's going to propel, it's going to push us forward to new levels of faith, favor, and fruitfulness. Let me slow that down. It's going to propel us to new levels of faith, favor, and fruitfulness. This is what's going to happen in this season, not in necessarily an academic year. Okay, we know that God does not necessarily move in academic years, but we live in academic years, so I think he kind of just works with us, you know, because our mindsets work like that. But our focus for the year is beyond. Okay, it's beyond, and beyond is accompanied by the year of power. And so you should have heard, we talking about God is moving us beyond. And Bishop did a powerful message on Sunday. Did he not preach us crazy in his Sunday? I was like, man, what? Some of that stuff he began to talk about. If you didn't look at it, go back and look at it. I promise you, it's going to stir you up. But God is calling us beyond. And you should hear it through our prayers, because when God releases a word in this house, it needs to show up in every department. It should show up in worship. The worship songs should point at beyond. The prayers should point at education. Everything should be moving in the same direction, because when God speaks a word, it is for everybody. Okay? And so beyond what? Beyond barriers. Beyond anything that has kept us. Anything that prevents us or hinders us, beyond what has been. So often we get stuck in the past. Sometimes the worst thing that can happen is success, because that is the only level or the only place you will reside. Sometimes success keeps you stuck, because you don't have the idea or the mindset to even move beyond the last place you succeeded. Are y'all listening to me? God says, I want to take you beyond that into his greater plan. He says, I'm just not moving you beyond in the physical things, but in a greater plan. Tell your neighbor, there is more. I'm going to try to teach this and not preach, but I feel a backwoods Georgia squalling preach. Y'all hear me? I ain't preached like that in a long time, but I'm going to try to keep myself calm. No, I could teach. I could do it. But there is more. Say that. Somebody say, there is more. This is the thing. The call beyond is where many of us sense a pull. Come on, grab this prophetically. Many of us sense a pull. Holy Spirit is like pulling us. He starts pulling you in ways that he starts putting a demand on you without telling you can't do something. You just start feeling the pull. He says, I want you to get up and pray. He says, I want you in your word more. All of a sudden, who is he pulling? I'm only talking to those he starts putting a demand on you. He says, I want you on your face more. He tells you to turn your face down without having a corporate fast. Because we're not having a 21-day fast at the beginning of the year. But God would tell you, I want you to do it. That's what a pull will do, and that's what beyond means. And it brought us to this passage now. To him who is able. Now, this is Ephesians 3:20, and I believe this is NLT or NIV version. It says, now to him who is able to do immeasurably more than we all can ask or imagine, according to his power. Whose power? Okay, who is his? Okay, I need to know. This is Bible study. This is God's power, right? According to his power that is at work within us. Within who? Point to yourself. Within who? So he says, during this season, this is what's going to happen. you feel a pull by Holy Spirit to go beyond. How you're going to do that? Because you're going to be able to do immeasurably more. How? Because his power within you is going to be at work. And so the power in many of us has been lying dormant. And so he says, I need the power to be at work. And it has to be evident during this season. So let's get into tonight's lesson. Let me start here. You know, I often like to start with a little story, something that how this came to my mind. And I don't know how many of you remember this, but I remember a commercial, a Clorox commercial. They came out, I believe it was 2023, and it was about a little boy. Now stick with me with this. It came out with a commercial. The little boy was in a tight. Who remembers this? He had to go to the bathroom. Yeah. The little boy was in the tight in the bathroom, and he could not get his belt loose. He couldn't get it. Who remembers? See, God talked to us. Y'all looking like, no, I ain't never seen that. Yeah, y'all ever had to go? Come on, like, and it seemed like the closer you get, the more. I mean, is it just me? I don't know what the dancing does, but the dancing seemed to, you know. So the little boy, he's trying to take his belt loose because he has to go to the bathroom, and he couldn't get it loose. And in the middle of this, he yells to his mom, we have a situation. Yeah. Come on, y'all. We have a situation. I'm telling you, this is how God works with my mind. So the next scene are freshly laundered pants. His freshly laundered pants with a big bottle of Clorox. Because whatever his situation was, I mean, they didn't say what his situation was, but he said, we have a situation. Well, like this little boy, we find ourselves in peculiar situations where we need help. So if you don't know the topic today, I need you to say it with me. And you got to say it with some boldness. We have a situation. Yeah, I want you, when you say that, you got to think about this little boy and the type that he must have been in about his situation. But when we talk about us, we have situations, maybe not about bathrooms, but there are things in our lives where we need help. And we said, I don't know how I got in this. I don't know why I had to encounter this, but I have a situation. And so here it is. You began to think about how I encountered some of the things that I encountered. And some of these situations, they challenge your current level of faith. Come on, stay with me. I promise we're going to learn something real good today. They challenge your current level of faith. And some of the situations we get upset about because we don't know how we got in it. I mean, if you ever gotten something, how in the world did I get in this mess? Especially something that you know better. Come on, you got to nudge the person. There's some things that you know better. Come on, look at them. They trying to look ahead and say, you hear me. There's some things that you knew better, but you got in it anyway. You got to say it with me. We have a situation. And so here it is. Some of the situations, they challenge our current level of faith. God allows us to get in some situations. Now, God doesn't have to make you do it. He sometimes will move his head. Sometimes it's our own curiosity. Sometimes it's our own stupidity. And sometimes we wait to the last minute because we expect him to get us out some stuff that he gave us a way of escape way back there. Now, why this little boy waited to the last minute, I don't know. But I want you to think about it. Some of the situations are embarrassing. Some of the things we get in and we encounter, they are downright embarrassing. They cause us to be shamed and condemned. Some of them break your heart. Things that you were banking on to work out didn't work out. Come on, I'm talking about your situation. Don't get deep on me. That's why some of you are mad at God. Some of you have folded your arms and said, I'm done. Some of you did give up, but this is the season that he drew you back. Tell the truth. Have you ever given up? And you ain't got to impress me. I gave up. I've been in that place before. And he said, it ain't your will and it ain't your way. And so here it is, some of the situations we experience loss. There's some things that we had hold of that belonged to us and we lost it. And it's so embarrassing. You're like, I don't know how I got in this. And I know you're thinking, how does this get us to beyond? You know we're going for a ride. Hang with your girl. Because we got this. And some of the situations attack your confidence. God allows it to happen because sometimes we're a little cocky. And sometimes we're a little bold and we think I've been in the way a long time. And he allowed things to happen to make you turn your face back to him. Sometimes he allows things to happen so that you can seek him like you've never sought him before. Sometimes he allows things to happen to make you tap into an arena you've never been before. Because ain't nothing like somebody who think they know the way. I cannot stand a know-it-all. No, I'm telling the truth. I ain't talking about this your expertise and this your thing. I'm talking about when you don't know what the heck it is you talking about, but you talking like you know and be dead wrong. Come on now. If you look at me, nobody else will know you talking about them. Don't look side. Keep looking at me. And so here it is that God can use your situation, no matter how grave it seems. Come on, you got to think with me on this one. God can use your situation. God will use your situation to move you beyond your current level of faith. Sometimes those situations are exactly what needs to occur because it is the only thing that will make you move. It is the only thing that will make you pray. It's the only thing that will make you turn your plate down. Sometimes it has to get so bad that you remember God. Because when it's too good for us, we act like we don't know who it is. You know how it is, somebody who get a little something, they act like they don't remember you. They think they all that, walk right by you like, you know, we used to play in the mud together. Why you want to act like that? I had somebody that I went to middle and high school with. Am I telling the truth? We were in the same room, and this person is a principal now. And so chick walked in, acted like she didn't know. I know you, girl. I knew you when your nose was snotty. Why you want to be like that? She acted like she didn't remember me. And I was like, it's cool. It's cool. I'm good. Because I didn't need her to validate me. See, some of your situations are to bring you back before God. Are y'all with me? Because when we seem to be low, we seek him like we never sought him before. But sometimes things are too good. Let's go to the passage. I want to go to John, the 11th chapter. And for the second time, I'm going to have to abbreviate. Now, don't get ahead. This is a familiar passage. It's one of my faves. I like to preach from this, but I'm not going where you think I'm going. Tell your neighbor, ride with her. Don't jump ahead of me, but I promise I'm going to deposit something in your spirit that's going to carry you on. If you receive the word of the Lord today, and say it again, we have a situation. Online, I want you to put that in the comments. But I want to use this familiar passage, and there are a couple characters I want to use in here. They had a situation. Because sometimes we think ours is so bad that nobody can relate. Sometimes we think ours is so hard that nobody understands, especially if we don't feel sorry for you. Then you're saying that we're being insensitive. No, boo, you ain't the only one. You ain't the first, and you won't be the last. So it's not that people are being insensitive. There are some things you have just got to grow up about. Yeah, it's going to be hard up in here today. There's some things you've got to grow up about. And there's some things that I can't save you from because it's a part of your growth process. God allows some of the situations to come because he needs in you more than you not wanting to deal with it. See, there are some things in you that I don't even know. So he allows things to happen so that he can get it out. Do you believe that today? So in this passage, it says, and I'm going to skip around. I'm going to start at verse 1. And it says, now a man named Lazarus was sick. He was from Bethany, the village of Mary and her sister Martha. Listen to the word today. Verse 2, this Mary, whose brother Lazarus now lay sick, was the same one who poured perfume on the Lord and wiped his feet with her hair. The same one. Say the same one. Let's go to verse 5. Now Jesus loved Martha and her sister I'll come back and deal with that. And Lazarus. So when he heard that Lazarus was sick, he stayed where he was 2 more days. Tell your neighbor we have a situation. Verse 11. And he had said this, and I'll tell you what that means. He went on to tell them, our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but I'm going there to wake him up. I feel God. Verse 12. His disciples replied, wait a minute, Lord, if he sleeps, he will get better. You got to tell your neighbor, sometimes these people ain't in the spirit. They're not in the spirit. This is why you can't tell everybody. You be trying to tell your little vision, and they be like, what? So you got to understand here. He said, Lord, if he sleeps, he will get better. Verse 13, I think Jesus was a little annoyed. That's my version. Jesus had been speaking of his death, but his disciples thought he meant natural sleep. Verse 14. So then he told them plainly, listen, Lazarus is dead. I don't know how else to make this plain for you. He dead as a doorknob. Come on, tell your neighbor, he dead. And this is the part I like. And for your sake, I'm glad. See, y'all be talking about Jesus. For your sake, I'm glad I was not there so that you may believe. But let us go on to him. Wait a minute. Wait. Jesus, you let this man die so I can believe. Oh, come on. I'm coming down your street. There's some situations in your family that your family dealing with this because of you. Oh, come on. Look at me. There's some things that's going on, some situations. I don't know why that's happened. Oh, God, is it me? Is it me? Are you trying to get me to a place that I can believe? I'm the one that's decreeing and declaring. I'm the one that says I have faith. I'm the one who's supposed to be the intercessor in this house. Am I the reason? Jonah said, is it me? Is it me? Will I let the whole ship go down because I'm out of place? Oh, come on, y'all not enjoying this message yet? Let me get on into this first. Relationships can be complicated. And I know you said that's so random, but it's not. Relationships can be so complicated. Who agrees? Yeah, they can be so complicated. We start here. Jesus loved them. Can we agree? Jesus loved them, but he allowed a situation to take place. He allowed a situation to take place that would cause them pain. But Jesus loved relationships are so complicated. The Bible said that Jesus loved Martha, Mary, and Lazarus. Now, why he started with Martha, I don't know, since Mary was the one who worshiped his feet with her hair in the oil, but he started with Martha. He started with order first. See, you got to understand, I feel like preaching this thing here. He started there, but he loved them. He loved them. See, we think love is enough. It ain't enough. I think it will. I don't know what movie it was that love should have brought you behind home last night. But it didn't. But it didn't. See, we put a lot of emphasis on that. Yes, he loves you, but he would chastise you. So love is in everything. And so here it is. Even with love, he says, my plan is greater than your emotions. My plan is greater than your feelings. My plan is greater. I know you don't like this. It's painful. This is disheartening. This is disappointing. But I need you to understand I have to allow the situation to get the greater good out of you. Are we understanding this today? And so here it is that Jesus allowed this situation to take place in order to move them beyond what they thought they knew about their friend. Because Jesus was their friend. Y'all hear me? Jesus was their friend. Jesus ate at their house. Y'all looking at me crazy. Jesus ate at their house. Y'all got to learn how to cook because Jesus come. Y'all got to feed Jesus. Jesus don't want no fish sticks and chicken fingers. We got to feed Jesus, okay? Jesus ate at their house. So you can imagine what kind of hospitality they had and for him to be comfortable to come over there and chill. But I want you to understand this, that this Mary was the one that washed Jesus' feet with her hair. We like to talk about that, how she worshiped Jesus, and the disciples got mad. Come on, where are my Bible people? Did the disciples get mad, right? Because that was expensive ointment. Right? And so here it is. She doesn't know why she's doing it. She's preparing him for burial and she's worshiping him. And they thought she was out of place, but they didn't know that her brother was going to be at the point of death and that her worship was going to bring Jesus to her house. I'm preaching harder than y'all. See, y'all looking like y'all lost. Y'all got to know Bible. See, y'all got to understand here that a relationship formed out of worship. See, so you don't understand that your worship can open doors, that your worship can save your family, that your worship can get Jesus' attention. The Bible said that she worshiped him, and out of this worship formed a relationship to the degree that Jesus came to see about Lazarus. Y'all, I thought y'all knew the text. And so here it is that Jesus allowed Lazarus to die. Because, you know, Jesus could have just sent the word. He could have just sent the word. He said, no, I got to create a situation. I've got to create a situation because I need Mary's worship to deepen. I've got to create a situation because I need Martha to be focused on something other than order. I've got to create a situation because I need Lazarus to know me beyond our friendship. I've got to create a situation. Come on. I want you to understand that God is creating some situations because he needs you to move beyond what you think you know. He needs you to move beyond what you're familiar with. He needs you to move beyond what you're comfortable with. I just need to know who got situations in your life. Who am I talking to today? You want to quit your situation because it's uncomfortable. And I want you to imagine them being uncomfortable because this was their friend. And they knew he had the power. But the Bible said he waited 2 more days. He waited 2 more days. He even had the audacity to go back to a place that had stoned him 2 days prior. He went back to the place where they stoned him instead of going to take care of Lazarus. He doesn't always show up when you want him. They said, he always come when you want to. No, he don't. He don't show up when you want to. He comes when he needs to. Come on, I need y'all to understand this. And so here it is that he allowed Lazarus to die. I feel God, I've got to hurry this up. Jesus came to heal Lazarus because of the relationship with Mary. Mary, worship is her core. Worship, why else would she be doing anything other than where she found him? Martha was upset because the Bible said when Jesus finally did show up, Martha went running to him out to greet him. She didn't even tell Mary that Jesus is coming. She had to confront him. She confronted him. Had you been here, my brother wouldn't have died. With all due respect. For all y'all disrespectful ones that put that on the end, you're still disrespectful. And so here it is that worship was her core. Worship was her core. When she finally did find out that Jesus was coming, the Bible says she ran to meet him. Because after, come on, I got to teach you this. After Martha ran out to meet him and she confronted, she was upset. But you know how we can be upset. We're not saying it, but our body says it. Come on now. We passive aggressive. Our body's saying it. I ain't saying nothing, but my mind's saying it. My lips, my eyes, everything's saying I'm about to tear you up. And I want you to imagine, yeah, come on. Just because you aren't talking does not mean that you aren't being disrespectful and that you aren't saying something. You saying something, boo. Jesus knows all about us anyway. And so here it is that she goes and she's talking. Martha's talking to Jesus. Now, Martha was the servant for those. I've got to teach you this right quick. She was the one that cleaned. She was the one that makes sure the house is in order. She was the person that understood order. We all got to say giving honor to the Spirit of Christ first. That's Martha. She's going to handle order. I'm going to be prim and proper. Everything's going to be done in order, but I ain't got no spirit. So Martha's the person that understands that this is what I got to do. The house got to be in order. And so she goes and she approaches Jesus. Am I in the text today? Come on, call me on it. And so here it is that she goes back finally and she tells Mary that the master is coming. Now you want to tell the worshiper. Because the Bible said that Mary was at the house while she was out talking to Jesus, doing what she does. Yes, my brother is dead, and I still got to worship. Yes, I got this situation, but I still got to worship. I got to get to the house of God. I still got to worship. I still got to call him. And so she finds out that Jesus is on the way. And here it is that Mary, worship is her core. And upon his arrival, she runs and she falls at his feet. Come on, are y'all getting lost already? She falls at his feet. Read the text. And she worships Jesus. She's crying. She's weeping and she's worshiping. She's weeping and she's worshiping. I want you to understand how they both approach the situation differently. Same situation. She's weeping. She's worshiping. She's at his feet. She says the same thing, Lord, if you had been here, I want you to imagine, if you had been here, my brother wouldn't have died. Lord, if you had been here, sometimes you'll get something from God by the way you approach him. Humility goes a long way. In this generation, we're missing that because the world tells us that we got to be on top and be independent. We don't have to submit to nobody. And it causes us to miss really the move of God in our lives. So where else would she be? I'm almost done here. Where else would she be? Her worship brought Jesus to tears. The Bible said she began to cry that Jesus wept. Can your worship bring Jesus to tears? Can your worship bring Jesus? Come on, I need to know. Can you bring Jesus to tears? Can you give yourself so much to him that is nothing left? All he sees is spirit. It all started with a situation. I'm almost done here. Jesus used Lazarus' death to reveal who he was. As bad as it was, as hard as it was, he says, I know this is going to be hard for you. And I know you want to be on top, but I'm going to let you lose. And I'm going to let you lose in front of everybody. And I'm going to let you see the truth, who was really for you. I'm going to let them walk off and leave you. I'm going to let them abandon you. Come on now. I'm going to let this happen. Your heart is going to be so consumed, but it's going to turn you back to me. I know you think everything is in order. I know you love that job, but I'm going to let you lose it. Y'all not listening to me today. He says, I'm going to create a situation. Because what I need in you is necessary. It's necessary. Are y'all with me today? And so here it is that Jesus uses Lazarus' situation to reveal who he is. Lazarus' death. It seems so heartless. I've heard people preach this, that Jesus could have gone. He waited 2 more days. Yeah. Some of y'all on your second day, you've been waiting for Jesus to show up. You've been saying, if you don't fix this, I don't know what's going to happen, and he still ain't show up. Oh, come on, y'all don't want to tell the truth today. You got to understand, some of you on your second day, if you can tell the truth, say, listen, I'm on day 2, I'm on day 3, I'm on day 12. I'm waiting, but that's okay because I trust that God can use this situation. I trust that God can use. There's nothing that can happen to me that he does not know about. Nothing outside. Let me tell you something. Nothing exists outside of him. Satan can't even touch me without him moving a hedge. See, when you understand that, you can say, bring your best shot because I understand this hard place that he can use this too. We have a situation. And so here it is that Jesus was moving beyond hearsay. See, not only did Mary have to move beyond in her worship. He says, yes, you worship me with your hair. You use ointment. You did the best. He says, but now your worship has to ascend to a new place. So I'm going to let you experience brokenness, because brokenness can bring a worship out of you that you hadn't tapped in yet. Anybody been broken? I'm just talking. Anybody been broken in here? Anybody felt like, God, I can't breathe. I feel like I'm about to lose my mind. I feel like, God, if you don't come in right now, if you don't help me, I'm going to throw in the towel. Brokenness has a way to get your attention. Brokenness has a way to turn your face to God. Brokenness will make you get on your knees. So he says, I'm going to let you experience this most unbearable, insurmountable pain, the love of a brother while we're in relationship. So sometimes God allows people you love to hurt you. Sometimes he allows people to disappoint you. It's not the person. Because God is the God of reconciliation, and whatever occurs, reconciliation is always available. He says, I need you to continue to walk it out, but many of us stop on the journey because it hurts too bad. We get upset and we're hurt because God didn't do it when I wanted him to do it or the way I wanted him to do it. And so here it is that Jesus is moving beyond hearsay. He says, I need to move into demonstration and manifestation, and I'm going to start with my friends. He said, because y'all know me. Y'all know me. You've been hanging around me. I've been hanging at your house. And because the people know I've been hanging at your house and hanging with you, what better place to start? What better place to start for the whole world to see your brother die? And you've been claiming that I'm the Messiah. You've been praying to me. You've been worshiping me. You've been declaring. And here it is that I'm connected to you, and I'm going to let you lose in front of everybody that you've been trying to witness to. Come on, I know I'm preaching good up in here. I'm going to let them see you fail. I'm going to let them see you experience loss. Because what I need out of you is greater. Where it doesn't make sense. And so Jesus says, I've got to move for hearsay, because right now, all they have is your word about me. All they have is what you said. All they have are the scriptures and quotes you put on Facebook. But you ain't actually walked it out yet. He said, this is the season I've got to stretch you. This is the season I need you to walk out what you've been saying. This is the season I need you to walk the talk. Well, you've been talking about God is this and God is that. We know it a jerk and quote. He says, but this is the season you got to demonstrate. So he says, I'm going to allow a situation. You say, God's not going to use that. Oh, but he did. Oh, but he will. And some of you ain't seen nothing yet. Because sometimes it starts with our own house and our own kids. Sometimes they rebel against you because that's what put you on your face. The one who's so submitted, the one that you had all your eggs on is the one. And he says, I'm going to create this. Do you trust me enough to go through your situation? Come on, I'm about to end this right here. I want to give you 3 points, 3 steps I want you to write down that they had to go through, that we got to go through, because in this season of beyond the power, the year of power, we have got to own up to our situations. We've got to welcome them. God, you can use this. I ain't hiding it no more, because the enemy wants you to be shamed. He wants you to hide it. He wants you to bury your head, lower your head, and pretend like it didn't happen. Some of y'all acting like it didn't happen. It did happen. And it keeps eating you up until you face it. Do you trust him enough to put it out there, or are you still prideful? You want nobody to know. If it happened, it happened. Are you with me today? So the first step I want to give you is to see beyond to what God is doing. They had to see beyond the hurt. They had to see beyond the death of their brother. They had to see beyond all the people. When you read the text, the mourners were at their house, guys. You know, and I got to say this, ain't nothing worse. I don't know why us people of color love to get bad news about somebody sick and somebody died. You could not have talked to them jokers in 5 years, but they will call you to tell you somebody died. Come on, am I preaching? Somebody better amen me. I ain't talked to you in 5 years. You calling me, you know, so-and-so died. love bad news. But in this biblical time, there were professional mourners. There were people, their profession was to mourn with you. Y'all not listening to me. Their profession was to mourn with you. When you lost something, there's some people who will show up in your loss. They will not show up for your win, but they'll show up in your loss. I know I'm preaching real good in here. They're not going to clap for you for the win. They're not going to show up for the award show. But let you lose something. I'm praying for you, lying wonders. You got to see beyond to what God is doing. You got to see what it looks like to see your own as Jesus sees it. They had to see Lazarus as sleeping, dead. They had to see Lazarus as sleeping. He was dead. They had to see Lazarus as sleeping, but he was dead. Beyond takes you beyond what your mind naturally sees, what your heart sees, and what you feel and your emotions. Beyond carries you past that. He says, I need to stretch you to a place out of what's so familiar and comfortable to you. Are you with me? And this is what they had to do. They had to see beyond what he was doing. And so here it is that Martha said, by now he's thinking. He said, take me to the tomb. By now he's thinking, because naturally that's what happens. Our mind says naturally this is what's supposed to happen. This is how you normally act, so I treat you based on what I know of you in the past. Some of y'all stuck in people's past. You can't enjoy the person God has called them to be. You spend so much time rehearsing their past. And so here, she says, by now he stinketh. Are y'all with me? I'm almost done, I promise. We're going home. By now he stinketh, because that's what happens. And he says, do you know who I am? This is what Jesus telling. I'm paraphrasing, okay? I got time to read the whole text. Do you know who I am? I'm the resurrection. Come on now. Even if he's dead, I can bring him back. This chick, the order chick, I know God. I know that you can bring him back, because in the end, this is what's going to happen. She's trying to help God. That's what we do. We try to help God out, because sometimes what he's saying to us, we don't believe it. We ain't bold enough to say we don't believe it. So we try to help God out. In the end, we're all going to be raised. He said, that ain't what I'm talking about. Do you have enough faith? Can I stretch you till you believe dead things to come alive? By now it stinketh that the odor starts leaving the room. Y'all not hearing me. I'm preaching like a prophet up in here. That the odor starts leaving the room, because when Jesus comes in, everything dead has got to go. Some of y'all situations dead, and by now it stinketh. By now it's over. I can't resolve. I can't say I'm sorry. They so mad at me they not going to receive. By now the odor is leaving the room. I'm talking about your situations. Are y'all with me today? I got to give you number 2. Lazarus is stinking. He dead. He's asleep. He's dead. Your situation is too late. It's too late for me. I messed up. He's asleep. It's not dead. Can you see it the way God sees it? We have a situation. Something is going on here that is beyond my natural man to understand and conceive. Let me give you these 2. I've got to go. I'm not going to finish this. I said protocol. I knew I wasn't going to finish this today. So number 1 is to see beyond what God is doing. Number 2 is to believe beyond our limitations. I've got to see what God is doing. I got to look beyond, and I got to see it the way he sees it. Some of your diagnosis might be true, but can you see beyond what the doctor said? Or have you stopped right there? He's dead. He's sleeping. Even those around you don't know that your situation is asleep. They pronounce in the benediction, ashes to ashes, dust to dust. Helping you bury what should be resurrected. Number 2, move beyond your limitations. Believe beyond what our minds can conceive, because our minds have a way of telling us what is real. Our mind tells us this is real. And oftentimes it counteracts what God has said, because we form these familiar patterns of thinking, the way things usually happen. And that's the way we react. You know, I mean, even when you talk about behavioral, okay, when you start studying Skinner and some of the behaviorists, they tell you that things happen because of routine. And if you understand about Pavlov's dogs, now I'm going, if you don't understand, I'm all in my education right now. He says that we're going to respond a certain way because that's our behavior. It's innate for us to do it. So the devil says, every time I do this, they're going to respond this way. Are y'all with me? Wake up and listen to what the Lord is saying. Said our familiar patterns of thinking, the way things always happen, we always fall at the same place. We must command our minds to go past our places of failure. We have to command our minds, because your mind will always tell you this is the place, this right here. And many of us say, every time I go forward, I take 2 steps forward, I have to take 5 back. We got to stop confessing that, because that's the last place of failure. I'm going to give you the third one, and I'm just going to quit. Old practices will not carry us in new seasons. I need somebody to write that down. Old practices, just because it worked then, doesn't mean it's going to work now. So the third thing they had to do was to do beyond. So not only, number 1, that we see beyond what God is doing. Number 2, we got to believe beyond our own limitations. Number 3, we got to do beyond action is required. You've got to do something you've never done before. They had to go to the tomb. Now, I want you to envision, come on now, I need y'all to get with me on this. I want you to imagine them walking to that tomb, especially your mind. You know he dead, you put him in there. He all wrapped up in everything. He embalmed. Y'all know, not our kind of embalm, but back then they didn't embalm them like we do now, but they wrapped them up like a mummy, and that's to preserve the body. So he's had all of the herbs put on him. He's gone through all of this. These people done had a funeral. And here you come with Jesus, challenging yourself. Can he really fix my situation? Can he really fix my situation? I'm going to follow him. Am I going to look like a fool? Because the mourner's coming with you. Miracles love an audience. They love an audience. People love to show up, especially you got to stand out, and they don't know for sure, because if it doesn't happen, that's content for them to put on social media, because it's entertaining. Sometimes your failure is entertaining. Sometimes your mishaps is entertaining, and it's sad, and not even the world, but the saints. They'll put your stuff out there quicker than the world. Y'all know, we know, because you share other people's misfortunes. You say, I'm just sharing it. We've got to do beyond. And here it is, the last part. This is where the stretch comes, because he had to stretch them. He had to stretch Mary's worship. He says, I want your worship to be so contaminating that you walk in an environment and everybody else begins to worship. That's good contamination. He says, I want your worship to go deeper. I want you to worship after you've seen my hand on your life. Because if you worship me like that before I perform this miracle, imagine after I perform this, what's going to happen. He says, Mary, I love your order. Come on, I'm done here. I love your order. I love that you're prim and proper with your cute self. I love that you like to draw attention. He says, but I need for you to tap into my spirit. See, order is necessary. We need it. Don't get me wrong. We need order, but we need spirit too. I believe that's what Bishop was talking about on Sunday. He says it's not just about content, but where is the Spirit of God? He said, Mary, I need you to be so connected while you're cleaning and doing order. Said, but he's still God. And Lazarus, it ain't got nothing to do with you, bro. I didn't even ask you, could I use you? Touch your neighbor, say, he didn't even ask you. He didn't even ask if he can use your situation. He didn't even ask. Come on, y'all, look at him. He didn't ask you, did he? He didn't ask you, could he use you? You said, God, why would you trust me? He didn't get your permission. And Lazarus had to die. Lazarus had to be sick. The Bible says sick unto death. Lazarus died. He had nothing to do with this. But the Bible said that God would get the glory out of it. Some of your mishap is about God's glory. He's not going to ask your permission. He said, I'm going to use your life. Are we getting this today? And lastly, he had to do it for himself. Because he says, I need the people to see beyond that I am the Son of God. And that my life is not just here on earth. That I'm going to ascend back to the Father. And I'm going to leave a power that you saw me work with raising Lazarus, that you too going to have that same power. Y'all don't believe me today. He says, I'm going to walk the earth and demonstrate it. So I need you to see it, not just hear about it. I need you to partake in it. So I'm going to make you go through it because you got to use your power. Come on, nudge your neighbor. You got to use your power. You got to use your power. You're about to cause a brownout. It's too much. You got too much and you're giving too little. Come on, you're about to be overkill. Y'all know when it's too much power, what happens? It blows the socket. Come on. It sets things on fire. Some of y'all got too much power to be doing what you're doing. Are you with me today? This brings us to the passage I gave you Sunday. You can stand. Psalms 18, 29 and 30. Write it down. You says, now I understand. What does this have to do with beyond? It took me a little longer tonight, guys, but I hope you got this content. I hope you got spirit. God wants to use your situation. I feel Jesus. Psalms 18 says, for by thee I have run through a troop. See, I told you this was coming back. And by my God, I have leaped over a wall. I asked y'all a question if you were here on Sunday. I said, who are the leapers? Who are the runners? Now this makes sense to you. Who are the leapers and who are the runners? As for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is tried. He is a buckler to all those who trust in him. I want to leave you with this. As we talk about our situations, some of them you're going to have to run through. It feels like a troop. See, we can fight one person one-on-one. I grew up in a neighborhood that they would double team you. They would triple team. Sometimes a whole family jump on you. Come on, y'all don't know nothing about that. I was double teamed. Let me tell you something. I was jumped by a whole bus. I was going to, and we were going to church. Yeah. It wasn't even my neighborhood. Me, my niece, y'all know my niece. I ain't gonna call her name in case she looking. My niece and my nephew. We on the bus and we in baby land. Y'all understand? And the people I was new, y'all know how it is. The new girl. And my little hair was on my shoulders. Yeah. See, red bone, I ain't quite brown, I'm pecan tan. I'm pecan tan, I ain't real red bone. Hey. And I got jumped by a whole bus. Because the little girl was trying to push me out the seat. She hit me and I hit her back. So, you know, when I hit her back, the whole, it was their neighborhood. I couldn't beat all of them, but I got that one. I ain't going to tell y'all how my niece sat in the seat crying. I can run through troops. Demons are coming to you in troops. It ain't because God is mad at you. It's because the power that's in you. Some of y'all are fighting what you're fighting because of what's in you. Some of you keep going through the same ordeal because of what you have. This is the year of power. It is not personal. Shake your neighbor. It ain't personal. Get out your feelings. It's not personal. God has need of you. It's like you got to run through troops and leap over walls. Walls, y'all. See, I wish I had time to teach this. Walls are those things that try to keep you boxed in. Frustration, aggravation, annoyance, walls. You got to leap over them, walls. You can't talk to the wall. This was God telling David, I've empowered you to run through troops and leap over walls. I want you to imagine Martha and Mary having to run through the troop of unbelief. Run through the troop of worry. I've got to run through, they talking about us. Because Jesus, our friend, I got to run through troops. And I got to leap over the wall because they're not going to believe Lazarus' healing. See, y'all don't understand. Very next verse, chapter, they want to kill Lazarus. See, y'all need to read the Bible. Wait. They shouted because he was resurrected. They were happy. But when Jesus came to their house and was eating, they were mad. And they had an assignment to kill Jesus and Lazarus. Some people will kill you over your deliverance. Get delivered and see. Get what they think you don't deserve. I'm done. I'm going to quit. Please come get this. I'm going to quit. We have. Thank you, baby. See, I was okay. I was calm. I was calm. Sort of kind of calm. A little bit. We have a situation. We have a situation. We have a situation. What's going on? Politics. We have a situation. What's going on in us, whether you tell me or not, I can see you struggling. You have a situation. Do you trust God? Do you trust God? I want to do a prayer, and we're going home. Because I know this word comes like this because some of y'all are on the edge. You already quit. You just hadn't submitted the paperwork. You have a situation, it's up to you. But I want to pray. I want to pray because the enemy is banking that you're going to do what you've always done. He keeps trying to trip you up at that same place. And I know it's late because it's past 9 o'clock, but I want to open the altar because some people say, God, if you don't do something, if you don't show up, because sometimes we're so angry, we internalize and start to make our stomach hurt. Come on, that's why your stomach hurt. Some of y'all got migraines because you're not handling the situation. Come on. I want us to pray quickly. I want to pray. I want to lay hands on you today. I came to lay hands today. Come move this. And this is only for who it's for. I want to pray about your situation. I want to lay hands on you because you're not by yourself. But this is the place you often feel by yourself. Come quickly. Come on. Come, let us reason together. Come, let us reason together. And I want you to envision yourself. This is the audience of one. I'm coming before God. Because there's some things you can't tell nobody. You just like, I need to talk to God. Because you can't trust nobody. People so trifling. They tell you, I ain't going to tell nobody. He said, I got a situation. I need God to intervene. Are you with me today? And I want you to envision the heart. I want you to get in a posture. Come on, if you don't mind doing this, I want you to put yourself in a position of Mary and Martha and losing somebody who's so close to you. Somebody that I love, that's so tender to me. Or losing something that's so dear to me. Loss is difficult. And if you're online, I want to pray with you too. Wherever you find yourself, whether you're kneeling, touch your device, your TV, your phone, your iPad. You just say, you know what? I need prayer because I have a situation that I don't have the answer. I'm not talking about stuff you got to answer. I ain't talking about your bills if you're going to get paid and you can pay the bills. I ain't talking to you. I'm talking about, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. I don't know how this is going to work out. I'm at wit's end. That's what I'm talking about today. Yeah, I was going to say, bring my oil. Bishop, can you pray? I want to lay hands on the people. I'm going to come and I want to lay hands on you. And all I'm doing is agreeing with you that God is going to step in your situation just like he did for Mary and Martha, that he can use it. Trust me. Trust me, God can use it, because Lord knows I've had some embarrassing things that happened to me. And I didn't know, am I going to get out of this? And some of it ain't had nothing to do with me. And I had to deal with the judgment from people. And it even got nothing to do with me. But I said, God, if you can get some glory out of this. Because nothing surprises God. It might surprise me, but it don't surprise God. If you can handle the judgment, if you can handle the abandonment, if you can handle people walking away, if you can handle the disappointment for the glory of God, if you can handle the weight of the pain, just, God, I can handle this for your glory. I just need to know that you can use it. If you can use anything, God, you can use me. Please get in your posture. Put your mind on your situations. Some of us got situations. And I want you to lay it on the altar. I want you to see yourself standing before the Father and pour your heart out just like Mary did. Father, I worship you. I don't understand, but I worship you. I'm in pain, but I worship you. I give you all of me. I don't even know what to say to you, God. I don't even know what to say to you. I want you to begin to pray. However you pray, talk to him. Tell him, God,